Welcome everyone to this video. My name's Gaynor and I am from FitFish, and tonight I'm going to be talking about targeting your triggers. Now, wherever you are at in your healthier body, soul and spirit journey, it's unlikely that you're completely sussed in this area. It's much more likely that you're moving forward, or maybe a little bit stuck, but we're not all going to be completely sussed on this earth in this area. So that's very good news. But hello, hi Cynthia, good to see you. But I hope and pray that you desire wholeness in this area, in your body, spirit and soul, and that's probably why you're here, and that's probably why you're watching this video. But body, spirit and soul wholeness, like I said, doesn't mean that you've achieved, that you're there, you've done it, you've achieved this pinnacle. It's more about having the right things in place. So I liken it a little bit to financial wholeness. So when you're financially whole, that doesn't mean that you're a millionaire. It means that you've got the right things in place. So even if you don't have much money at all, you are perhaps saving some, putting some towards a pension, using some for food, using some for fun things, using some for an emergency fund, whatever it is. But that would be financial wholeness, where you start to get all the financial pillars together and you start to feel like, oh, I'm a grown-up. I'm actually kind of looking after my money, even though I don't have much. I kind of know where it all is and I know where I'm going. And it's a bit like that with our body, spirit and soul health. We're not going to be millionaires yet. We're possibly not going to be millionaires in that sense until we get to heaven. But what we want is for the pillars to be in place, and we need to be able to move forward from the right place. But the problem is, a lot of the time, you or I, people put plasters over little things that need sorting out. So instead of working on the pillars and moving forward from good foundations, we actually cover things up a little bit and we think, oh, actually, I'll just do a quick fix for that one. And we don't actually look at what's going on underneath. So it might be that you give something up. So you give up television for a month, or you give up alcohol for a month, or you do couch to 5K and you really go for it, or you commit to some kind of exercise program for a month or two, and you go for it, you feel good, and obviously in some ways you reap the benefits, you reap the rewards, and you could be healthier for a period of time. But at what cost? Does it make you go out of balance? Does it actually hold you back because you haven't worked out what's really going on and you've just put a little plaster over the wound? And if you've ever been a yo-yo dieter, you will know that you're perfectly capable of losing some weight, but what happens next? And sometimes it all goes back on again and nothing much has been learned. But I'm not at all just talking about diets or weight here, but any kind of health craze where you kind of go for something, but then actually bigger picture, it might set you out of balance a little bit. I remember when I did Weight Watchers, I just immersed myself in it. I just moved to a new town. I would go to the meetings and I would take home the magazine and I'd just pore over it, and I'd be on all the message boards, all the chat boards, and it was out of balance because it stopped me from going out of my bedroom and meeting people for a start. But it just meant that was my whole focus. And yes, for a time maybe my body was slightly healthier, but my spirit and my soul and my mind certainly wasn't. So instead of putting sticking plasters over the wound, what can we do? Well, I think we need to target whatever triggers us into not quite living to our potential in the area of body, spirit and soul health. So what is it for you? What's really going on? Is it that you actually don't believe that you can be healthier? Is it that you've got all the head knowledge, but somehow you just can't do it? Is it your surroundings, where you live, the environment that just trips you up all the time? Is it because you've got lots of social occasions going on and you can't say no when people offer you different kinds of food? Is it because you actually crave sugar and you keep going round and round in the sugar cycle? Is it because you don't like exercise, or you think you don't like it because you've never found anything you like? Is it because you feel unconscious when you exercise? Is it because you're addicted to Netflix? What are the real reasons and the real triggers why you can't quite move forward in this area? There are so many. It's complex, but my suggestion would be to try and work them out. So don't keep putting a plaster over the wound, but try and work out what's really going on. And a good way of doing this is just asking yourself why. Why? Okay, so I overate last night. I ate a packet of biscuits. Why? Because they were there. Why? Because I let them be in the house. Why? Because actually I quite like them being there, because when I feel upset, I like to eat them. Why? Because I don't feel I can do anything else. It's the only thing I know. Why? Because so-and-so's not talking to me. Why? And you just go on, go on, go on, go on. And that's just an example. But what's really going on? What's really stopping you moving forward? Are you on a false footing? You have false starts and you can't quite move forward because you don't really know the root of what's going on. So I would challenge you to really find out what your triggers are. Is it your mindset? Is it your limiting beliefs? Is it the fact that you've done it before but it hasn't happened for you? Is it that actually you do emotionally eat? Is it that you're self-sabotaging? Is it that you just got unhealthy habits and you just need some help to change them? What's going on for you? Take a pause, reflect and work it out. It might involve praying, journaling, talking to God, talking to a friend, talking to a group, talking to a coach if you have one, or a personal trainer, hello, or doing some kind of course or program, whatever it is. But try and dig deeper and not just keep putting sticky plasters over the wound, but actually work out what's really going on, so that you can move forward in wholeness and move forward in attaining that wholeness in body, spirit and soul. So I've got something really exciting coming up soon. So in the next day or so, I'm going to be launching the very first FitFish quiz. So we're going to launch a quiz, and it's all about emotional eating. So if you think that's something that you might struggle with and you want to overcome it, then the good thing about this quiz is it will help you find out if you are an emotional eater and what kind of emotional eating you do, because from there you can work from the foundations up to build yourself a good, healthier future. So look out for that. It'll be about in the next day or so. Maybe look at the comments below, it might have appeared, or look in the text below if you're on the blog. And it's lovely to see you all, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.